Hello, welcome to this lesson. Today we're going to talk about first barrel. First barrel is the money barrel, as they say, and I personally feel that way. I think how you set up for your first, how you finish your first really determines the rest of your run. And it can be as much as even if you feel like you didn't have a good first. I find sometimes I'm heading to second and I already kind of feel defeated and I just screwed up there, and it affects me the rest of my run, either with my lines, my approach to second, and so on. And so I feel first barrel is super important. It can be really tough to really nail and get done right. So today I'm going to show you my approach that I use, how I always try and visualize myself going down the alley to give myself the best chances. I need to give myself and my horses the optimal opportunity to do well and to really get our first can. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like. All right, so I got my marker. We're here. I'm gonna show you my line that I like to take for first barrel. There's a few things to take into account with first. The one thing is how you want your arc to be, and I think that's the biggest thing because that can change depending on the arena and it's a lot of factors involved. But the one thing that I want to keep consistent is how I am beside the barrel when I'm ready to actually turn it, and that really determines my arc I take. And that's where I love that, because you don't think about the arc, you don't think about a million things about the, like how many feet to this, to where's third barrel, where's this. It's always, where do I want to be beside the barrel? And where that is directly here. Just like this. So I want to be completely facing the fence when I'm beside it. So I'm parallel to the first barrel. Once I determine that point on the pattern, it never changes. You're easier able to identify the arc you need to take to wind up here. And you just pretty much, so if you're thinking about getting there, you're not going to be like this because that's way too drastic. You really need to, well, that didn't work. You really need to give your horse the easiest route to turn first. And I find when we get here, all we have to do, so if we're facing this way, our turn is only like this. So it's literally, we only have half a turn, maybe a little bit more because we like to overturn it, but we really only have half a turn to make if we actually line our horse like this. And let's say, the fence is here, so we're facing the fence, and then we begin the turn. And when you do that, look at the turn starts here. We only have to turn there and then go straight over to second. Or some weak excuse for me running second barrel. But I hope that makes sense, and I hope you can kind of visualize what that might feel like. And I like to be nice and straight. I will have my nose a little bit, but when I'm thinking about that point on the barrel, that's where I look. I don't look at the barrel. I don't look 20 feet beside the barrel. I'm not good at figuring out 20 feet while I'm running my horse down the alley, and that is not a realistic thing to always remember and to always keep track of. So I really like to look where I'm going, and I always make sure I look right here. I look till I'm right beside it, and then I start my turn. I like to overturn it slightly and then go. So instead of going straight over to second, I like to overturn it so I'm in line to my point to second. I'm not in line at the barrel, but I'm about 5 feet over. So I just have to go in a straight line towards second barrel and just keep straight. So it helps if you have a really wonky, like an S from out of first to second. Doing that will help you just overturn it slightly so we're in a better track and setting our horses up for second barrel. So after first comes second, so we really need to think of how can we help our horse accomplish second barrel leaving first. And I think it all just ties in together. If we set ourselves up good for first, we're going to finish it well, and we're going to set ourselves up good for second, and so on through the whole pattern. That is, I think, the best way, the best place to start for your first barrel is when you ride. Just think about how can I be parallel beside the barrel and then begin my turn and feel what that actually looks like. And you can see my arc. It will be nice and easy for the horse, and that's what you want. You want to make it an easy move for them. You want to set them up for success. So that is a little, just a visual to see. So now let's get on our horses, and I'm going to show you what it looks like on horseback. My line to first is a decent enough pocket, and the only thing I focus on going to first is this is my goal, to approach first and be here. I am completely straight in line with the barrel, and if I only focus on like my arcing and stuff, if I do the arc and that's my only goal, is to finish my barrel facing the fence completely straight and parallel with the barrel, then I know I have enough room and I have set my horse up to do the first barrel as effectively as possible. So from this point, I will take a step forward and do the same thing. I will adjust my body, get my inside, and then leave nice and straight, kind of over finish it a little bit so I'm more in line to second. And that is how I like to think about it, where I just want to be parallel to it. So I'll demonstrate that again. When I'm going up to it, I make sure I am gonna have a nice fluid beginning, and I drive nice and straight till I'm here. I adjust my body, push her around, let her leave nice and straight, and go to second. All right, there you have it. That is my first barrel approach, how I like to really set myself up and how I like to turn my first barrel to be hopefully as successful with our pattern as possible. For now, I really hope you like this. I hope it makes sense. And like I said, if you have any questions, please reach out.